In 2025, 16 billion passwords were leaked online. 53% of data breaches involved stolen credentials. And if you're a business owner watching this right now, you are a prime target. Every day, small business owners get into trouble because their email password was password123 with an exclamation mark at the end. They thought that made it secure. As IT department head, I've seen the worst possible password practices being used in the workplace every single day. And as a result, I've implemented the very best practices for my own business. If you don't do the same, you put the existence of your business on the line. So don't skip this video. By the end, you'll have a bulletproof password system that takes literally 5 minutes to set up. It costs nothing, and it'll protect your business from 99% of password attacks. Hey, welcome back. If we're just meeting, I'm Tobias Hens. I spent years as an IT department head before founding my own consulting business. And I've seen every password disaster you can imagine, and probably some you can't. So if you're building a business right now, you need to stop and let me ask you something really important. Do you use the same password on all your accounts? On your online banking account, your business tools account, and your personal accounts. Maybe with a small variation like a 1 or the exclamation mark at the end. If that's you, you're definitely not alone. We need to say that. But here's a big problem. When hackers breach one website, let's say a random forum you signed up for in 2018, they don't just steal that password, they immediately try it on your Gmail, on banking sites, on PayPal, on Stripe. And that's called credential stuffing. It works a lot of times because 37% of people reuse passwords across multiple accounts. And here are the 4 big mistakes I see business owners make with their passwords. So mistake 1 is reusing them. Plain and simple. Think about it with an analog example. Using the same password is like having a single key for your house, your car, your office, and your safety deposit box. Lose that one key and everything is compromised. Now, I don't know about anyone who can drive a car with a house key and open a safety deposit box with the same one. Do you? So always treat your passwords like individual keys. Mistake 2 is weak passwords. Your company name plus the year it was founded is not secure. Neither are your name and your birthday. Hackers have databases with millions of common password patterns. Mistake 3 is the sticky note problem. We all know about that. So if you're writing passwords on sticky notes in notebooks or save them in a document called passwords.doc on your desktop, you're making it incredibly easy for anyone with physical or remote access to your computer to actually hack you. Mistake 4 is sharing passwords insecurely. You know, it's not ideal, of course, but sometimes it's necessary to share a password. But sending them via email, Slack, or text message, like those are all unencrypted. It's like shouting your password across a crowded room. Now, why does it matter that you handle your passwords properly and carefully, especially as a business owner? Financial risk is a big reason. So we're talking direct theft from bank accounts, but also ransomware attacks that lock you out of your own systems until you pay thousands of dollars in ransom fees. Reputation damage is another big risk. If you handle client data and it gets breached because of your weak password, your clients lose trust, and trust is and always will be everything in business. Operational disruption is almost an afterthought at this point. But just imagine being locked out of your email, your payment processor, your customer database for days or even weeks on end. And then there is the legal liability issue. Depending on where you operate, data breaches can result in massive fines under GDPR and other data protection laws. So to put this into numbers, the average cost of a data breach for small businesses is about $150,000 on average. Can your business survive that? Alright, I hope you're sufficiently motivated to keep watching and fix your password situation for good now. So first up, what actually makes a password really secure? For years we were told use uppercase, lowercase, numbers and symbols. So people created passwords like this one and thought they were smart about it. Here's what I learned during my time as IT department head. Length beats complexity. So today it's recommended to use a minimum of 12 to 16 characters for business accounts. Now, you could go for random strings of characters like this one, but that might be hard to remember if you have 15 or 50 accounts. Now, the second option is to use passphrases instead, something like this, right? It's 29 characters long and even stronger than the random sequence we saw earlier. Of course, we have to consider that nowadays even the smallest businesses have somewhere between 15 to 50 logins to different applications. So even passphrases get hard to remember. And this is where password managers come in. In case you're not familiar with what a password manager is, basically it's a software or an application that saves all your passwords securely, and you can access them with just a single master password. None of us is going to remember 50 different 16-character passwords with random strings or even passphrases. That's impossible and also unnecessary. But one master password, a single one, is easy to handle. So here's what a password manager actually does. It stores everything in an encrypted vault. Even the password manager company can't see your passwords, and that's called a zero-knowledge architecture. It's designed to autofill passwords across all your devices. Desktop, phone, tablet, it's a seamless experience. It can also generate completely random 20+ character passwords automatically, so you never have to think about which sequence to use. And you can access all of it with just the one master password. Like a passphrase that's unique to you, something like, my first business started in Dubai in 2025. That's 40 characters, includes symbols, and tells a story only I know. Make it memorable but unique. And please don't use famous quotes or song lyrics, because those are also in hacker databases. When it comes to actual application, you have several options, of course. Now, there is 1Password, there is Bitwarden or NordPass, for example. I'm sure there are more, but the three of them come to mind for user friendliness and ease of setup. I've been personally using Bitwarden for years for my personal accounts and also with a second account for my business stuff. And it's protected with additional two-factor authentication. Now, this is not the video where we go through step-by-step setup of a password manager app. I make a separate video for that one later. For now, let's keep going with the two-factor or multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication, or MFA, is another critical layer to protect your login credentials. Even if someone steals your password through a data breach, phishing, or whatever, they still can't get into your account without a second verification step. So if your password is the key to your front door, MFA is basically the deadbolt, the alarm system, and the guard dog all in one. So generally speaking, there are 3 categories of MFA, and they're not all equal. That's important. The best option is hardware keys or authenticator apps. Hardware keys like the YubiKey are physical devices you plug into your computer. Authenticator apps like the Google Authenticator generate time-based codes on your phone instead. These are the most secure methods. Email codes are the okay-ish option. They're better than nothing, but if your email is breached, well, it doesn't really help that much. The third category is SMS or text message codes. These could potentially be intercepted though, and that's the least best option you have. If you haven't implemented any MFA for your business stuff, enable it on these accounts today. Email, banking, payment processes, any other business tool, the password manager itself, and on social media business accounts. In fact, let me give you an action step right now. Pause the video, go to your email settings, and enable two-factor authentication. I'll wait. Seriously, do it now. It takes 2 minutes and can potentially save your business down the road. All right, now we've talked about basic password security and best practices. Now let's talk about actually implementing this in your business. If you're running your business solo or with just one or two other people, here's your action plan. Step 1, set up a password manager today. Pick one of the 3 I mentioned before, 1Password, Bitwarden, or NordPass. Create your master password using the passphrase method. This takes about 10 minutes maximum. Step 2 is then change your critical top 10 passwords this week. Not all at once, that's overwhelming, but prioritize the one in the list here. And use your password manager to generate 16 plus character passwords for each one of them. Save them in the vault as you go. And step 3 is then to enable MFA on your email and banking accounts immediately. I'm not kidding. If you only do one thing from this video, then do that. The 2 accounts control everything, email and banking. So that's it for solo entrepreneurs. 3 steps, 1 week, and you're 99% more secure than you were before. And last but not least, let's talk about monitoring of all of this. Security is not a one and done thing. It's a system. So tool 1 is dark web monitoring. Most password managers include this by now. They scan the dark web for your email addresses and alert you if your credentials appear in any data breach. If you get an alert, change the password immediately. Tool 2 is the website Have I Been Pawned? It's a free website where you can enter your email address and it tells you if you've been part of any known data breaches. So check this every few months. And tool 3 is regular password updates. For most critical accounts at least, like banking, email, payment processes, change the password every 90 days. Set a calendar reminder if you have to. Your password manager makes this really easy and painless. So that's your maintenance routine. Quarterly audits, dark web monitoring, and 90-day rotations of really critical accounts. Alright, let's recap everything now. Here's your complete password security framework. Use a password manager app. Pick one today, 1Password, Bitwarden, or NordPass, whatever you like. Links are in the description below. 12 to 16 plus character passwords minimum, and let your password manager generate them for you so you'll never have to think about them again. Enable MFA on critical accounts. Start with email and banking, and do it today, not tomorrow. Never reuse passwords across accounts. Every account gets a unique password, no exceptions. Audit quarterly. Check your security dashboard every 3 months and update weak passwords if you still have them. Look, I get it. It feels like a lot if you're just starting out, right? But here's the reality. Every single day, small businesses get hacked because of weak passwords. Every single day. The difference between a business that survives a cyber attack and one that doesn't often comes down to the very basic security practices. You're building something important. You're putting in the work, the late nights, even the sacrifice. So don't let a weak password be the one tiny thing that screws you over. Here's what I want you to do right now. Number 1, download a password manager. I've put the links to all 3 in the description below. Number 2, comment below what IT topic you want to hear about next. I read every comment and I reply. And number 3, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you found this valuable, share it with other business owners so we can all improve our security together. Password security is something to take seriously. I'm Tobias Henz, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now go secure those passwords.